Well, good morning, everybody. It's that time again, early morning crypto talk on this Sunday morning. Glad you could be here. Hope you guys are having a good Sunday morning so far. We're not going to be long this morning at all. We've got a couple of articles that we will cover today, but this is an exciting weekend. We are now in pre-launch. Training is up and running and it's available. You're able to make your payments. We are a go. 3 months. 3 months in the making. And we're here. Good morning, Albert. Good morning, Sonny, Benita, Deborah, Elizabeth, Kingsley. Good morning. As a disclaimer, I am not a licensed financial advisor to be dispensing financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, and it is up to you to take that information and do what you please. You got that right, Christy. It's happening at Walmart and Starbucks. Now, there's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have a lot of success and to limit my risk. Number 1, crypto education is everything. Number 2, only invest with money you can afford to lose. Number 3, always, and I mean always, get your investment, your return on investment back. Cryptogenics, we're just getting started. It costs $300. Guess what? You referred 3 people and you made your money back. And then finally, have a game plan. Where do you want to be? 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now. What are you going to do to make that happen? Stay focused on it. Do not get distracted. There's so many things out there that can distract you, but you have limited resources. So remember that. Stay focused, and by following these rules, it will not guarantee you success, but you will at least limit your risk. Happy crypto hunting out there, so let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, Vanita. Good morning, Lindsay from South Africa. Welcome, welcome. Kingsley, Christy, Rosindo. All right, first up, we're going to talk about what they consider the best performing cryptocurrencies of 2018. I'm skeptical on this. I have not read this article yet, but I'm skeptical because if you want to look at the best performing, you're probably going to have to look at from coin 50 to 100. Those are the ones that have really moved the most. And those also are the ones that are most riskiest. And they're susceptible to pump and dumps. You really can't look at the top 10 coins. I mean, they all have followed the same pattern since December. They all go down at the same time. They all go up at the same time. There hasn't been any breakthrough. But this article written by Kai Sedgwick, and I've made it no hidden fact that I don't like this guy. I think 70% of what he writes is BS. Why do I read it then? Because it's always wise to know all angles, all sides, all perspective. Your way isn't always the right way. Sometimes he comes out with some articles that I didn't know about. I learned some new stuff. So always, never because you don't agree with somebody decide I'm not going to listen to them. That will only make you the ignorant one because you only have half the story. So let me put the link to this article. And before I do that, I have to say good morning, Lashana. So let's put this in here, paste it. And these are the best performing cryptocurrencies of 2018. Good morning, Wendy. Picking a winner in this year's crypto markets has been a tough task. Yes, it has. With assets deprecated across the board, even the best performing coins are in the red. To put it more accurately then, these are the least worst performing cryptocurrencies of 2018. All right, so he's starting it off, and he's speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth so far. Says none of the top 20 cryptos have held their value this year. That's true. Bitcoin is down 58% in 3 months and down 66% from its all-time high. Most cryptocurrencies have shed even more since January, but a few have outperformed Bitcoin. The handful that are in the green, such as Ontology. All right, I need to go straight to CoinMarketCap. I want to look this stuff up. Ontology. Didn't I say at the very beginning that I think is you got to look at coins 50 to 100? Where is Ontology on this chart? Let's see. Oh, it's number 23. Well, it's not to 50, so I was wrong on that. At least it's 23. Ontology, but it's down 3% right now. The coin is worth $3.55. So let's go back. Let's see. Nicholas, he says, evening in your part of the world. Where are you calling in from, Nicholas, or listening in from? I think I have an idea. Australia? Not sure. Ontology, which was airdropped to Neo holders, been launched last year. There's every likelihood it would be in the red. And it is in the red right now. Of the cryptocurrencies that were trading at the start of this year, Scandinavia, Finland. It's already evening time in Finland. I don't know I think you guys are 9 hours from California, 6 hours from New York time zone, I think. I thought Europe was like 5, but England was 5 hours. I'll be in Sweden, in Denmark, or Denmark, Sweden, whatever, next week and a half from now. Actually, 2 weeks from today, or yesterday. 2 weeks from yesterday, I will be in Sweden. All right. Of the cryptocurrencies that were trading at the start of this year, just 2 assets are in the green. Dixie DAO, a gold-backed token, is up 12%. Oh, Finland's 7 hours ahead of the East Coast of New York time. Wow. Let's see. Dixigo, a gold-backed token, is up 12% in 3 months. And Bytom, a Chinese altcoin, is up 2%. All right, where is Dixie DAO on the chart? Let's see if I can find it. Dixie DAO. Dixie DAO, where are you? Are you even in the top 100? I don't even see this coin on the top 100. So this shouldn't even be talking about this coin. Let me double check. I'm going through it. Dixie DAO, Dixie DAO. Oh, there it is. It's number 31. It's worth $216 a coin? Really? 10 billion will ever be in circulation? Let me write this one down to keep an eye on. It's in the red right now, but only by 0.03%. Huh. I'll follow that one. Okay, let's go back to the article. Neither of these 2 coins has produced the sort of return that the hold strategy was conceived for. In fact, holding through 2018 is one of the worst strategies a trader could have plumped for. All right, whoa. What do you mean by that? He's saying that holding through 2018 is one of the worst strategies. Okay, here's where me and Kai once again differ. Holding is exactly what you should be doing, Kai. What's the alternative to holding? Selling. Or buying. Now, if he means buy is a better thing to hold than to hold. Yeah, but if you're buying to hold or you're buying to sell. That's a dumb comment to make. If the market is in the red, why in the world would you sell? If the market is going down, why would you sell? This isn't the stock market. This isn't Forex that you think you need to sell so that you don't lose everything. Look at what the Winklevoss twins have said, the first recorded billionaires in the crypto space. They will never sell, even if it goes down to 0, because they're looking long term, that the market will go up. The value of these coins will be more than 50 grand each. So when the market is in the red, this clown is saying, oh, the wrong thing you should do is hold. See, this just proved why I say This author, Kai Sedgwick, I have issues with. And it also proves my point that crypto education is so important because you just can't rely on or trust when you start reading news sources. When you start seeing things in Fox Business, the Bloomberg Report, news articles that want to talk about crypto, you can't trust and always believe that they're telling you the facts or they're giving you accurate information. They're not. This is false information. The worst strategy is to hold. The best strategy when the market is in the red is to hold. All right, let me continue. That's easy to say in hindsight, of course. Short of sitting in tether for months, the most active buy and sell strategy would have involved one of the following altcoins. Buy and sell: Ontology, Casino Coin. Casino Coin. Why does that one ring a bell in my head? Mithril, Bitrent, Agorist Tokens, Stoken, Credits, Digix DAO, Loom Network, and Bytom. But Ontology is up 117%, and Casino Coin 50%. It's interesting. What about the least worst performers? Aside from Digix DAO and Bytom, Binance Coin has produced the best 3-month return, down just 3%. In addition, Coin Codex lists 29 crypto assets that have outperformed Bitcoin. The likes of Lumino Coin and Comp Coin aren't exactly household names, and with returns of -12% and -20% respectively, holding them would have brought little satisfaction. A look at the cryptocurrency top 20 based on market cap reveals which recognizable altcoins have outperformed Bitcoin in the past 3 months. Litecoin, EOS, Neo, Monero, Binance Coin, VeChain, and OmiseGo are the only coins to pass this test, and both Litecoin and Monero are within a percentage point of Bitcoin. I did say 2017 was the year of Bitcoin. 2018 is the year of the altcoins. On the balance of probability, if you'd attempted to counteract Bitcoin's decline by switching to altcoins, you'd have lost, and lost heavily. Ripple and Cardano are down 84% in 3 months, and NEM has fallen further still. Unless you're a margin trading demon, your best bet is to keep the majority of your portfolio in Bitcoin and forget about it. That's partly true. When the curtain falls on 2018, it's safe to assume the year's top performing crypto assets will look very different. I still think one of my predictions for one of the best performing altcoins at the end of this year is going to be Cardano, followed by Stellar. As far as percentages, that's my own personal opinion. That's not a fact. I may be wrong, so don't act on what I say. That's just based on my own research and my own homework. All right, let's go on to the last article I'm going to read this morning. I've got work to do. First Soros, now Rockefellers move into cryptocurrency. Now, yesterday I read about George Soros, how last year he was running his mouth about the evils of Bitcoin, only to turn around and find out that he's investing in it. How many times have we heard that scenario? Billionaires who run their mouths against Bitcoin only to find out they're investing in it. What is the real agenda? That's why I always say, never listen to what people say. Follow what they do. What they do. That means everything. So the Rockefellers, and this should be no surprise. If you know the history of the Rockefellers, you see they dominated the 19th century financially. They moved into the shadows in the 20th century, but they still controlled major interests of every single bank and financial sector on the planet. Good morning, Don. So you might not hear about them so much so. But we just had David Rockefeller just passed away. He was 101 years old, the grandson of John D. Rockefeller. You want to know the history of John D. Rockefeller? Go to the History Channel and watch a documentary called The Men Who Built America. The Rockefellers in the 19th century were known as a family with no nation. What do you mean? What do I mean by that? They were known as royalty with no nation. Their family basically traded and sold on all sides. They financed both countries if they were at war with each other. Different countries. They financed different kings and queens in different countries, even against each other. They had so much power, more power than kings and queens did in those days, but they had absolutely no loyalty to any nation state, only the family. And John D. Rockefeller took the family wealth to a whole nother level, becoming one of the richest men to ever walk the planet. I think at one point his wealth was over almost $600 billion in today's cash. And when the regulators broke his monopoly up, actually no, I think it was more than 300 billion. When they broke his monopoly up, he still owned controlling interests in all of the new companies, which made him even more wealthy. And then the wealth got diluted with the grandkids because the money had to be split in the 20th century. And then they're even now, here we are in the 21st century. And do you think the Rockefeller name has gone anywhere? Look what they're doing. They're moving into cryptocurrency. As we know, cryptocurrency is the greatest economic shift in wealth in the history of mankind, riding on the back of the greatest invention since the internet. That's going to have an impact on our world as important as agriculture, and the Rockefellers are right there to take advantage of it. See, success leaves clues. Follow the money. What are the rich people doing? Where are they putting their investments in? What are they looking at? So here's an example of another wealthy family, one of the richest families on the planet. So let's read this. First, if reports are to be believed, legendary investor George Soros was found to be investing in cryptocurrency. Now Venrock, a $3 billion USD venture capital firm owned by storied American family, the Rockefellers. Can you call them the American family? Like I said, the 19th century, they weren't in America, they were in Europe. The Rockefellers have taken to crypto. Limited liability venture capital firm Venrock, a compound of Venture and Rockefeller, is turning its sights on cryptocurrency projects and markets. Famously an investment vehicle of the Rockefeller family, the focus for Venrock since its inception nearly half a century ago is technology and science. What's going on, Shane? Hey, Shane, as soon as I'm finished with this Facebook Live, call me up before I get bogged down in my work. So as soon as we're done with here, call me up. Their investments are a laundry list of dominant companies, from Intel and Apple to AppNexus and Stratacom, among many, many others. Cryptocurrency seems like a logical progression. Yep. Morning, Kathy. Though the firm might not move the needle so much in crypto circles, at least at first, the family carries a certain cash with Americans. They're best known for Standard Oil, which not only grew out of the late 19th and early 20th centuries to confer on the family previously unheard of levels of wealth. Again, this is why education is important. You can go back to the Rockefellers to the 17th and 18th centuries in Europe. They've had wealth for, it's not just generational wealth, it's millennial wealth. All right? Millennial wealth. Oh, that's right. There's a doing the Zoom today as well, Don. Steven's doing that. Or is that just starting on tomorrow? I don't know if he's doing any Zoom calls today. But know the history of the Rockefellers. In all the richest families in the world. And you can follow there's a common theme to them. They know where the money is. All right, so the families, but Americans, we only know them because of Standard Oil, the 19th century. So the family's holdings are vast, as a tour of New York City would reveal. The Rockefeller Center, Museum of Art, to the former trade centers. They have also served in high government posts, from Vice President of the United States to Senator and everywhere in between. Indeed, a lasting tribute to the family's incredible wealth is the very name itself being a synonym for outrageously rich. David Pacman of Venrock explained, there are a lot of crypto traders in the market. There are a lot of cryptocurrency hedge funds. This is different. In fact, to us, it looks a little bit more like venture capital. He told Fortune. Mr. Pacman is speaking of Venrock's announced partnership with Coin Fund, an investor group exclusively geared toward cryptocurrency startups. We wanted to partner with this team that has been making investments, Mr. Pacman continued, and actually helping to architect a number of different crypto economies and crypto token-based projects. You know, I look at the Rockefellers' move with a side eye, with skepticism. Why? Because they are the ones who control the banking world, the current system. So in one hand, it is in their best interest to keep the status quo. But on the other hand, this is a family that survives. This is a family that adapts. This is a family that thrives in changing circumstances. They've been doing this since the 1700s. When powers change, when finances change, when world currencies change, the Rockefellers seem to always remain on top. So by looking at their entrance into crypto, that should tell you something, that they realize and recognize a shifting of the times is taking place, and they want to make sure that they are taking full advantage of it and to be on top. So when the banking industry as we know it collapses and the age of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology takes over, the Rockefellers are still going to be on top. You guys see that? Whenever I do live trainings, I like to use an analogy, and you can't see me do this, but I like to tell you that money is like a river. It represents a river that flows. And we are all fishing out of this river, trying to eat. Fishing for money. The wealthy have oil rigs and big fishing boats and yachts that are able to capture large amounts of fish in the river. The average people are sitting on the riverbank with our little fishing hook, trying to get our little piece. But as always, like time, the river changes. The river moves course. See, the river never dries up. Money never dries up. There's enough money to go around that everybody on this planet can have more than they need. That's in current existence right now. And more that's being invented with new ideas and businesses. There's enough money for all. The river never dries up, but it does change and shift course. And when it changes and shifts course, the wealthy on their oil rigs, on their yachts, on their big fishing boats, they move with the river as it changes course. The rest of us that don't even know what the heck is going on is still sitting on the banks trying to fish, but the river moved course. Now you're fishing out of a dry river and lake bed, wondering where's all the fish, fighting over the scraps. That's how it is in reality. And the river of money right now is shifting in a big way. This is the biggest shift in history. And guess what? The wealthy on their boats, they're flowing with the river. It's the rest of us that's sitting on the sidelines wondering, where did the river go? Where did the money go? You can't play the game if you don't even know the game is being played. That's why we have cryptogenics. That's why we have education. That's why we're bringing this to the masses. You can't play the game of chess if you're still playing Chutes and Ladders or Connect 4. You're not even on the playing field. And it's not your fault if you don't even know it's being played. So cryptogenics is going to inform you that the game is being played, and we're going to show you how to get in on the game. We're going to show you how to get off that riverbed, at least get in a canoe and river down the river and down the stream so that you can get a piece of this pie. The Rockefellers are doing it. George Soros is doing it. The billionaires are doing it. Russia's doing it. China's doing it. Iran's doing it. Venezuela's doing it. What are we doing? All right, I went way off tangent there. Let me continue here. CoinFund is noted in the ecosystem for such projects as CoinList to help facilitate initial coin offerings and the chat application maker Kick. We'll be working closely with them to help mentor, advise, and support teams in the space. We're trying to cultivate a unique synergy between teams as we see more experienced founders and more traditional tech startups taking up blockchain. CoinFund's Jake Brookman noted, Mr. Pac-Man insisted, Venrock is in crypto for the long term. You see that? They're not looking at... The thing is, they're jumping in the market right now when it's cheap. Because the CME and the CBOE, they forced the market down. This was done intentional. Everybody wants to talk about all crypto regulations around the world. No. That's a little bit of part of it. But the big boys came into the game. And they forced the market down. Because they're going to buy the crap of this up. And they know what the market's going to do long term. They're shaking the tree. They're getting all the people who are uneducated and have no business being in this space in the first place due to lack of education. They're shaking them out. And they're buying it all up. How many times have we seen this happen in history? Particularly in real estate. You burn out a neighborhood. Force all the people out. The wealthy buy it up. And then they build it up. How many times have you seen this? This isn't a new strategy. This has been going on since the beginning of time. It's just happening right now in the digital space. But they can't block you out of this time. You're not barred from it this time. If you have internet access, you have access to this. It says Mr. Pac-Man insisted Venrock is in crypto for the long term, seeing the surrounding tech as transformative. Gatekeepers tend to charge rent or toll on users. The benefit of the advent of crypto is that we have fewer gatekeepers. Venture capital itself is effectively a gatekeeper industry. And I'd actually like to see that undone. I don't believe that a small group of people should make the decisions about which projects can raise some money and get off the ground. Again, this falls perfectly in line with the ideology of the Rockefeller family. If you study them century after century after century, it is not about one man. It's not about one Bill Gates. This is a dynasty. Centuries old wealth, old money. And they have a philosophy that they teach their children that is not taught to the public. Their own secrets to wealth. Why? Even if you have one crazy relative that blows all the money, this family is not susceptible to that. They've survived 400 or 500 years of being on the top, of adapting. And they're making a new move right now in this space. David Rockefeller's dead, but his family will never be broke. What about yours? You see, my grandfather, I was always taught that as a man, you're responsible for the financial well-being of your family, your children, and their children. 3 generations deep is what you're responsible, the legacy you should be leaving behind. And you teach your sons and daughters so that the 4th generation, the 5th generation, the 6th generation, they're doing the same and building on that. The Rockefellers think in centuries, not 10 years or 5 years. How many of you know the name of your grandfather or your great-grandfather? And if you don't, it's because he didn't leave you anything, really. You think the Kennedys know Joe Kennedy's name? You think the Rockefellers, they don't know just John D. Rockefeller. They know their great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather's name. They probably got his picture above their fireplace. Now you have the opportunity to leave a legacy for your family. So 100 years from now, they know your name. I would challenge right now my little cousins, the next generation after me, if they even know my grandfather's name, their great-grandfather. Out of all of them, maybe one knows his first and last name, whole name. Maybe. In fact, I'm going to make sure the next family get-together, I'm going to ask them, what's great-grandfather's name? They never met him. He passed away before they were born. He passed away before my own kids were born. I got my own son right here. 10 years old, Donovan. What's my grandfather's name? What's Nana's father's name? Exactly.
I forgot.
My own 10-year-old does not know my grandfather's name.
I used to.
Jesse Lee Robinson is his name. That's why I look at you kind of funny, Lashana. You might be family. Jesse Lee Robinson from Shreveport, Louisiana. That's my grandfather's name. My other grandfather is William Franklin Ivey. So when I think about that, legacy, will my grandchildren know my name? Or my great-grands, or my great-great? The answer is yes, they will. They will know my name. Got a whole Robinson clan out of Louisiana. A whole Ivy clan. So anyways, I didn't want to go way off topic there. But I say that to impress upon you that we live in a transformative age right now. And the people in power who have money and resources recognize it, and they're getting involved. So what could little old you do, you might ask? You can start with getting educated. Cryptogenics is now live in pre-launch. You can sign up, you can make your payment, and you can go through the training process. Right now, you have that power. Nobody could take that from you. Get started today. And for those of you who think $300 is too much money, guess what? Remember what I said, rule number 3? Always get your return on investment ASAP. Share it with 3 people and you just made $300 right back. Now you got crypto education for free. You know how powerful that is? Do that your first 24 hours. So with that, I'm done for the morning. I hope you guys learned something new. If you came on late, you can go back to the beginning and watch it from the beginning. About to make some things happen. A week and a half away from London, Sweden. We have a new date up. Next event after the Swedish and Houston event is going to be in Tampa, Florida. Tampa, Florida. That's going to be on Friday, May 18th, Saturday, May 19th. Maybe I fly to that. Maybe. I'll see. But we already have 2 co-owners going to be there. Stephen McCullough and Mike Boggs will be there for that event. So we'll see. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Get started with us today. Get back to whoever told you about cryptogenics. Have them give them their link, so you can get signed up, get your $300 in Bitcoin in there, and let's get your education on and learning some information that you can apply so you can be a monster in the crypto space and your grandkids can know your name. With that, Bitcoin Brandon out. Have a great Sunday. Oh, and nobody bother me this afternoon because I will be watching WrestleMania and I won't be answering the phone. So that's why I'm doing all of my business and work now, because I'm going to be occupied. My grandfather got me into wrestling at 2 years old, sitting on his lap, and I've never stopped since then. So I will be watching WrestleMania today. So don't bother me this afternoon and this evening. I'll see you all tomorrow. God bless. And Shane West, you wanted to talk to me? Give me a call right now. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Crypto Gen X.